Hey guys, Big Rich here at Ohio Fish Rescue, and we got Josh here. What we are doing today, you see our bucket and rags, we're going to wash off, because of the social distancing, we're taking every top of the tanks, cleaning them off, getting rid of any debris of food, dust, getting the glass back clean so the lights are nice and bright again, and doing that to every single tank here. This is our day of social distancing. Okay, now we just got done cleaning off the top. Or let me say I did. Josh has helped me put it back together. And look at his face. Oh, that light comes through much brighter. I wish we can clean off the brown in the bottom. The tank definitely looks much better, much more light, much brighter. We got some more cleaning up to do, but just showing you what a little bit of every once in a while maintenance will do. Okay, now Josh is working over there on that tank, the 750, washing off the top. We cleared it off. I started taking down this plastic. The whole theory on this plastic was I covered the top so no moisture could come out from these tubs, that tub and this tub. But it don't seem to be doing a good job, and it's just a big ugly looking mess up there. So we are now cleaning off the 4400. It's just tank after tank, you know. Let me get this plastic the rest of the way out of here. And then I guess Josh will have to get up there and start cleaning, or we take these big pieces of acrylic sheets down, clean them outside and bring them back in. And then look at all we got to clean off the 1,000 gallon. We should never, and you should never, put medications on top of your fish tank. If one of these bottles should happen to fall, fail, you left the lid open a little bit, it could get into your tank and kill all your fish. We have just this whole thing covered in medication. And it's not a good idea. Okay, now this is the top of this 750 here. As you can see, we got this side clean. We still have to move that tub and clean under this. See how the dust builds up and it gets real thick and dark? You can't see through the acrylic. This is the lid we've already cleaned. You can see through it again. And then see how the green builds up right here in the top of the tank from underside, because the light was sitting on here. We took the lights off, and we're going to hang them from the ceiling while we're doing this job so that we don't have to worry about clutter up there. Okay, now this tank is done on the outside and top. Hi, Joshy.
How's it going?
This is a big nice statue. We got all of our intakes and returns over here. Everything's cleaned off the top. Now we can start cleaning the inside of the tank and putting stuff away.
You got rid of the whole basket up here. You got rid of 3 different extension cords.
Oh yeah, we went through all the power and the lighting, got rid of 3 extension cords. There was a big basket across the whole center that was a tub that had fiberglass in it and a pump. We eliminated the pump and that tub because we put that on there when this tank first started and forgot about it. So it's been running all this time. And we just decluttered. And now see all this algae? The outside's clean. It's on the underside. So we're taking the lights now and we're going to mount them up here a little higher, hanging from the ceiling. So this won't happen. Okay, since we cleaned off the top of that tank, we also cleaned off the tops of these tanks. Every once in a while you got to take off all your lids, your lights, wash them, clean them up, and organize your airlines. These airlines were everywhere. Now we've just got short ones going where they need. This is what we cut off. All the extra airlines were hanging down behind the tanks. So sometimes you just got to declutter. You know what's a good time to do that? When you're locked in the house and you're not allowed to get out. Decluttering time.
So here we are. 2 freshly cleaned lids.
Look like brand new.
Spick and span. Not quite brand new, but close enough. So I'm going to leave this to you, and I'm going to go clean 2 more.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I put them back on. We got a little bit of cleaning up to here. No, it's just wet and dry. Okay. Everything's back on. Now we can put the light back on. And this tank will be back. I got to fill it up. Then we still got to clean the outsides, but we're getting the whole tops of every tank is what we're working on today. Tomorrow we'll probably do all the inside glass and then finish up with the outside glass on every tank. So now that this 65 is together, we've got this 65 waiting on lids, and he's washing them now.
Alrighty, so here's the last lids for these stackable tanks over here. They're looking just as good as the other ones, but we are ready to put them back on and get everything looking normal around here. Of course, you gotta get all the water off of them.
Maybe take a break, get something to eat. What time is it? We've been working all day.
It is 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock at night. Did you eat breakfast?
You did? Yeah, I did.
You did?
You made it for me.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't eat no breakfast. Did you eat lunch?
No.
Neither did I. Would you like to have some dinner? All right, let's get these lights on here and be done with these tanks, and we'll take a break. Okay, now you can see our smaller tanks, the 240s on bottom, 265s. We've got the lids all cleaned and everything's all back together. Lights are back on, and we're moving on to the next. We started on the 750 back here. We got the lights here. We cleaned them all up. We've got they're 2 4-foot bulbs, so we're gonna, instead of setting them on the tank, like I said, we wanted to hang them about a foot above it. So we need like an 8-foot bar or a 2x4, something like that. Hang them to that and then hang that from the ceiling. That's what we're gonna work on now. And then we'll have this tank's lights back on. Okay, now you see we got the lights hung. There was a 4-foot light right here, see how it connects there, and then a 4-foot light here that went to this one ballast. We still have to hang the ballast, but we were looking for something light that I could do 8 foot across there and then hang from the ceiling. We figured an old burnout bulb out of my 8-foot fixture in the garage. It's nice and light. We got it screwed to the ceiling, hanging it there, and then the light's tied to it through twist tie wire. Same thing down there. Now the whole thing is very light, no weight on the screws in the ceiling. All we gotta do is figure out where we're gonna mount this ballast and plug them in now. I'm thinking take this ballast up on the other side of this beam, and like right there, and just have the wire hanging down. We can plug it in. But much nicer up there, no clutter, couple decorations. Oh, we got this on the end here, the woodfish. This here that Vincent Wu gave me, that thing's beautiful. There's my hand. Siamese tiger that thing's awesome. Then we have our intakes on that side and our returns on this side. I gotta close this up here. There we go. Now our tops are on, everything's cleaned. All we gotta do is hang that ballast over there and we'll be done with this tank. So probably moving on now to the next tank, which is, let me see, what are we going to do next? The top of that 2200 is clean. We never used it for storage. Oh, I got it. Josh is up there on the 4400. We store everything up there. We got to declutter that and get that all fixed. So I guess that's going to be our next tank. Is that what you want to do, Josh?
I finished with the small tanks. We already got them 2 done. We can hit them 3 right in the line and just be done with this one.
Okay, so the 195, the 265, and the 300. We can clean off them and be done. Good job. We'll do that next. All right, first tank we cleaned up was Pittsburgh's tank. Top's all clean now. What's this here? Oh, it's a suction cup from the plant underneath. Everything's cleaned off. Moving on to the 265. We got to take all these glass lids off after Josh cleans the top of them. We'll wash the underside, declutter anything on top of there. And then this one here, we only got a couple things up here that we need to get off. Okay, so it's decluttered basically. These are the plugs for the lights right here. And then this is the plug for the camera that I keep out there. I can see that on my phone and see water levels and spin it around and all that. So these will be easy to clean. We just got to take these glass lids off, clean the undersides, and put them back on. So I'll start the camera back when we're done with that. Okay, the 265 is done. Wiped off, decluttered, ran wires elsewhere. We actually ran another light for Pittsburgh over here. because these plants, see how nice and well lit up they are back there now? They weren't doing so well. So we put a tube light this way and a tube light that way on top of the light that was here, and this one was here. The two lights were here. Nice. So this tank's done, 265's done, and we're starting on the 195 now. What do you think, Josh? Is this what you want to do every day for the rest of your life?
No.
But something we can get done while being in quarantine or locked down. Okay, we're all done with that. Look at that. Looks like brand new up in here. This here got cracked a while ago. We used some Gorilla Tape on both sides to fix that instead of replacing it yet. But we are done with every tank. We did those two. We did all three of these. We did that 750 back there, and then the 465s on the other side. So all we got left to do is this 1,000, and boy, that's a whopper. Look at all that we got to find places for. And then we got to declutter up top here and really clean this thing, because there's a lot of just stuff up there. That's going to be a job.
You have to clutter down the whole plastic and whatnot. That's outside now.
Yeah, we took some clutter off that 4400 already, but I don't know what you guys are doing while you're locked down, but this is what we're doing here. All right, Josh said that we didn't clean the bottom tanks over here. So we just got done cleaning them, and he decided he wants to move this albino gibbous pleco up to the 2200. Figured I'd get it on film for you just to throw you guys.
Give you guys a little treat.
A treat on April Fools.
Look at him.
Oh yeah, look at that. Very
First
nice.
true albino pleco in the tank.
The red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The only other pleco we got in here is the chocolate pleco. So let's get back to cleaning the tanks then. Okay, this is next morning. You can see how evenly the light is now. When they were laying down on top, they lit up here, but this edge was dark all the way across the front, and the back edge was dark. Now that we raised the light up, I'll freak out the camera for a second, and it's up there. Sorry about that. Now we've got even light disbursement on the bottom here, and the fish are loving it. Look how clean and neat everything looks. There's our long-finned Oscars. Yeah, somebody's been picking on him. Look at his tail. And this is the new guy we just added. Got a couple scrapes on him from the transport and the quarantine system, but he's got a lot of fins on him. Now, we can't never clean this wall because it's right between that tank. So we have to clean that from the inside, but I was able to clean the front and that side over there. This back wall, we have to put up a divider, some sort of background back there so you don't see the tanks on the other side. But it's starting to come together and they're looking better. Okay, there's 1,000 gallon. And as I told you, I showed you all the medicines up there. Look, nothing but cobwebs left. We got that all cleaned off. Josh is wiping off the top now. We're gonna clean off all the lids and everything. Do it just like we did the rest of the tanks. But let me come over here and show you this. Dun, 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 dun. This whole top's clean, and you saw the lights we put up. But here, we added a medicine station. So we're going back tomorrow and buying another one of these because this only goes 4.5 foot. We want to go all the way to the ceiling because we need one for fungal, one for bacterial, one for parasites, and then we need one for all the test kits and acrylic polishing, and then the top one would be for water conditioners and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to buy a second shelf And then this will be our little station. And that shelf was only $19 from Home Depot. While we were doing this, we also took all the goldfish that was in here and we put them up front. We took all the cichlids out of the bottom, the babies, and put them up here. So these are what we got left to give out. And then there's these 3 frogs here, and don't worry, the baby cichlids are way too big for the frogs to eat. So they just demolished the food we put in there. And this is empty now. This is empty, but it's growing such green goodness in there. It's crazy. Then we got the gulper cat over there. Let's zoom in on him. So I think this will be, that big sink was sticking here and it stuck out, you know, a lot farther. And this was hard to walk through. Now it's very easy to walk through. We can keep all of our medicines here. I got more stuff to put on shelves. Oh, and then we need a shelf for food too. So 2 more shelves on top of here. Okay, amidst of all this cleaning, it's gotten dark on us. Joshy's out here trying to clean off each lid of the 1,000-gallon. You saw us take all the medicine off and all that kind of stuff, but the lid is turned green. And when it turns green like that, light don't get through. Then your lights look real dim and things start looking dingy, and every once in a while you got to take your lids off and clean them completely. Thank you, Joshy, for doing that. That's one of the 3 lids that for the 1,000-gallon. Now from here on, I'm just going to fast forward it, so I'll just keep it on you. You can talk whatever, say whatever though.
So for all you people who want monster tanks, just remember there is a cleaning responsibility that comes with all of this.
Monster cleaning.
It's nasty.
But that's a lot of work. It took us, we started from this morning till now just to get this far. And we've got one more tank to do. Which is that, Josh?
The big guy.
The big guy. Now Josh is going to have to actually get up there because we cannot lift these lids down. They're 1-inch thick acrylic and they're 7 foot by 5 foot wide. 4.5 foot wide. 7 by 4.5 each top is. And it's down in behind these I-beams and behind this L bracket here. It sits down there. And we'll have a lot more light once those get clean. Because this is actually looking pretty bright now and lit up. But a lot of times this tank looks dark. And I don't know why it's so bright right now. You can see the whole corner. You can't even see the back tree right there. It usually looks really bright. Like that corner. See how nice and bright that is? That's the back. That's 7 foot deep. So we'll get on that in the morning. All right, guys, we worked our ass off. Josh worked his butt off, I'm sorry. And look how clear and clean this tank looks from just more lighting being able to come down through the lids. That hasn't been this bright blue in a while. The water's always been clear, but it's been, you know, it looked at hazy because it was so gray and just non-colorful. Now it's just beautifully colored. And Josh, I thank you for that. You worked your butt off up there, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. But with that being said, all the tank tops are clean. Everything's being straightened up out here. Of course, we got to clean up the aisleways and get some clutter removed. But this brings us to our next point of discussion. We've got a few build-outs coming soon. And I can't tell you guys what, but it'll be something that you guys possibly might use in the future that you guys will want to build yourself. But it's something to make the aquariums better. Or he might have even mentioned it already. I think he mentioned it.
I did, the aquarium lids, tops,
we're going to
canopies.
be building out the canopy, so there will be a whole build video on the canopy for the 750 and the canopy for the 1000.
Because so if you look at the 1000, see how the lights, it just takes your eyes away from the fish. If you didn't see that, you could just look at the fish. So this right here is an eyesore and brightness. So we want a canopy all the way around and come down and cover the water level line right to there. It's where the canopy is going to start. So you're just going to see black canopy and black stand, and it'll give it a whole nicer look.
All right, if you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You guys want to see more crazy adventures with the Ohio Fish Rescue, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always,
Stay fishy, my friends.